All right, today we coming to you with another episode of Auto Glass Tech Talk, and we taking it to down South Georgia. Well, South Georgia, in between Savannah and Jacksonville. We got the homie Aaron Bradford on with us today. So what's good? And tell us a little bit more about you and your company, man.
We've been doing pretty good. It obviously gets pretty hot and humid down here, but I've been, I guess, out on my own for going on about 4.5 years now. I've been in the industry for I think about 21 years, losing track of it now, but business has been good. We've been slowly growing each year. So we've gone from the first year of pretty much just taking all of our free time to go knock on doors with anybody that had a fleet or an insurance company. And now sometimes, depending on the day, it almost gets to the point where it's overwhelming with the phone calls, but that's all part of the growing pain, and been very lucky and can't complain. But we offer a full range of services, anywhere from chip repairs, headlight restorations. We do replacements on the windshield and ADAS calibrations.
Oh, that's what's up.
Nice.
Well diversified, a lot of services.
It helps. That way during the slow season, there's always something you can ramp up and kind of bring people back to.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember when Aaron first started, man. I remember when you were getting your logos and everything going. You came a long way, man.
Y'all have helped out a bunch with some of the questions early on there and everything, and I'm eternally grateful for it.
Right on.
It's kind of one of those things when you're just getting started, everything's so foreign and completely different from just showing up at 8 o'clock and doing your job and then going home. And now there's days where it feels like you never get off the clock. Once you finish up with the installs and everything, then there's all the paperwork to take care of. So you have to truly love the industry to really do it out on your own as a small business.
If you care about your business, you never get off the clock. You know what I mean?
Even
when you're laying in bed, your mind's sitting there going a million miles an hour.
Yeah. You got the marketing, you got the paperwork, the marketing, trying to get the next job, trying to get more accounts. So yeah, the work and the hustle never ends.
Nope.
Yeah, it never ends. Never ends.
Yeah. So talking about Georgia, like tell people kind of where you at. I know you in Brunswick. For those that don't know, like a lot of people don't know Georgia got a coast. So what's kind of break the area down and what's all down there in the area you at?
So we are right on the water. I'm probably about 500 yards from water where we're at right now. We've got Jekyll Island is a state park, and it's actually very historical. The first telephone call was made by Alexander Bell to Jekyll Island there. And we've got St. Simon's Island and Sea Island just across the causeway from where I'm at here now. Mm-hmm. But this is where Brunswick stew came from. Got great food, a big shrimping industry down here. We've got a pretty busy automobile port down the road that brings in a lot of vehicles. It's a great tourist destination, and there's always something to do here.
So how do you stay in shape with all the good food in the area, man?
Right.
Well, we've been pretty lucky here. We haven't been hit by like the COVID and everything quite as bad as some of the larger cities have. We've had a few waves here, but we learned to kind of just respect our customers. A lot of times when the things were bad, we would just have them leave the keys outside or leave the vehicle unlocked and get the work done, take card payment over the phone, and we would disinfect the cars after we left. So it hasn't been too bad of a bump in the road. I know a lot of places were hit a lot worse than we have been.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's
up. How far are you from Atlanta?
We're actually a decent ways away from Atlanta. I think it's about 6 hours or so.
Yeah, it's a 6-hour drive from there. So he closer to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
we try and go up and catch some Braves games from time to time, but it all depends on what Airbnbs are available at the time, whether we can actually get up there, because it's not a go up there and come back type of day.
No, that's a long drive. That's like me driving to LA.
Yeah, you mentioned Sea Island. That I think you've posted some pictures of that before, where there's like that's kind of where the boat ports and everything are. Where
Yeah, so this Sea Island's pretty special. It's a private island, and we'll have to get like gate passes and everything to get over there. But we've had some of the pro athletes that lived over there. I've done a windshield for a couple of golfers. One of the pitchers for the Atlanta Braves used to live over there. So it's a completely different world.
Yeah.
private island, yeah.
So talking about the outdoors, Braves games and things like that, man, you always you take time away from working. A lot of people, you know, they entrepreneurs, they their own business owner, they work a lot, but you take time away to get your mind right. So give me some self-care things you do. I know like you recently was in the woods. So what was that experience like?
Yeah, so that's my main love is backpacking. I've recently found the Florida Trail to get to a little bit closer, but we love going up to the mountains. It's peaceful, it's quiet, life slows down. You get great aerobic exercise climbing the mountains. You get away from the phone calls because there's no cell phone service at a lot of the places. So that's kind of refreshing. But that's how I met my wife. We both hiked the Appalachian Trail back in 2016, all the way from Maine down to Georgia. And she brought me here because she didn't want to have to deal with the cold anymore after we went through the mountains there. But now that we're here, there's a lot of fishing, kayaking. I've recently picked up a surfboard from one of my friends that shapes boards and trying to learn how to surf. I'm no Kelly Slater by any means. I'm just trying to work on learning to keep from falling on my face. So
there you go. I'm sure you're mastered in no time.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah,
that is really cool.
So going to body shop work. So you worked with body shops before? Like, what's your experience like with that? You got any stories or any auto glass stories you can share?
Yeah, I'd say sometimes body shops get a bad rap. There are definitely ones out there that maybe take more time than we really feel like we're getting compensated for. But then I've gotten lucky enough to latch on to some good body shops that definitely try and share more with us. So if it's something that we're doing for them, we try and be reasonable with the prices. I've had times where they were like, hey, we can do a little bit better on this on certain jobs. But the big thing is I found some ones where if it's glass only damage, they'll just pass along our business card instead of getting in the middle there. And at the same time, we're able to refer stuff back. If we come across heavy corrosion damage that needs to be fixed, then we can send it their way. Or I had a lift gate one time that the lift gate was damaged in addition to the glass where a limb had fallen on it. So I was able to refer them over there. So I feel like if we make it a two-way street where we're both helping each other, then it can be a very mutual beneficial relationship.
It really does. It helps a lot. You know, the last body shop that I was working with for a few years, quite a few years there, we had a good relationship like that too, where it'd be, you know, I sent them a lot of work, referred everyone over to them. And sometimes, you know, they'd say, hey, you know, jack this up, you know, we're making a ton on it. So, you know, make some more for yourself. And then, you know, yeah, constantly with the windshields of, hey, you know, here you go, call this guy, you know, not trying to run it themselves, which is, it's nice. You get a little extra, you know, bump from that. It's good.
Yeah, relationships.
You know, I had a body shop that I serviced for years that Chris actually went and did some work with me at, and
yeah,
I don't service them anymore because they hired a guy in house, but they still refer their windshields to me. Like I haven't did an R&I there in like 2 years, but yeah, I still get referrals from them. So
nice.
You know, having good relationships like that does last. It really does.
Yeah. Nah, relationships are always key with anything, whether it's a body shop, whether it's a lube shop, wherever you at, man. Relationships are key. And you got to always let people know what you do. And so you got to know what they do. So you can, it's a two-way street. And when people understand that the relationship can work both ways and we can help each other, you know, that's where the magic happens.
Networking, you have to network. Networking is key.
Yep. Seems to be the common topic over the last few episodes too, networking. Really getting out there and meeting and talking to everyone.
Yeah, nah,
You know,
networking.
if you have a good you have a good network, you really don't even have to advertise. To be honest
Oh
with
yeah,
you. I
Yeah,
mean,
good
you
networking
just
saves you on advertising. So yeah, that's a good point.
that's very
Yep.
true.
Yeah. Face to face
I
is
mean,
way more effective than just putting something out there that says buy my stuff. I mean,
yeah, I mean, seriously, like I don't spend a dime on advertising. I don't. I mean, I'm not super busy, but I'm busy enough for what I want. You know, I'm a one man shop. I don't need a million jobs a day, but I don't spend a dime on advertising. And I know
yeah,
other guys who are dumping thousands of dollars into Google AdWords and Yelp and everything else, and for
Right.
what?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
We've
I've
gone
done it.
back and forth. If business is slow, then I've got campaigns that I'll turn on. We never market based off of cost. We're not trying to run ourselves into the ground like that, but it's nice being able to, when it's slow, I can turn the ads on, and when it gets busy, I can just shut them off. So
Right.
it's a good thing, but I'd rather rely on face to face more so than the paid advertising, because like you said, Jeff, it can run very expensive, and all of a sudden
Yeah,
you're working your tail off and not really coming out that much ahead.
Well,
Right.
and I mean, and just like everything else, you know, just like on Amazon, you know, you go to buy something on Amazon and you see the first few items pop up and you just automatically assume that it's for the quality. It's not. It's just because they're working out deals with Amazon to get push better. So it's just like Google. You know, you think you'll see something on top and it's just a crappy ad. So, you know, companies will pump a lot of stuff up and you got to fight through all those companies with big budgets who are just pumping and pumping and pumping, you know. And I don't know about like your market's smaller market. Like in my area, there's the rebates and everything. Those companies, their budgets are so vast, which I don't even understand how. You know, you have to go through so much crap to get pushed up
yeah.
in Google that it's not even
That's
really
just
worth it.
no, that stuff just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's all market. It's all. I mean, it all
it's a
depends on
lot
your
of
market.
yeah. Marketing, I feel like marketing is it's it's definitely harder for smaller companies. You know, beforehand with my last venture was I never did any marketing really, never like any. Maybe I did marketing, but not so much advertising or like running any like ads or anything like that. And even now, starting my new one, I'm still, you know, doing a face to face. You know, I made all my own, you know, flyers, cards, everything myself. You know, all the design, all of it. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. Corey helped me with a lot of that. He helped me with that. Hold on, I can't take credit for all that. Corey helped me with a
We're
lot of
getting a
that,
virtual
but
slapback
I
right
made
now.
all my flyers and stuff, and you know, I'm out there face to face handing them out and stuff because I feel like that's where you get the best reaction and the best response from.
Yeah.
Of course.
Now it makes sense. Yeah, you got to get out that network and put the energy into it and make things happen. So, yep. So we 5 months away from Auto Glass Week. So are you competing in the competitions this year, Aaron?
Yes, I can't settle with fourth. That's
Okay.
the best you can do without getting any kind of prize. So I'm hoping and practicing and honing the skills to try and move up at least one more
What
spot. I'd love to grab the top spot, but there's a lot of competition there.
are you competing in what, the repair or the replacement?
The replacement category.
Nice.
And
nice.
that ties into that whole marketing as well. If you can stay involved in the industry, people know that you care about what you do and are trying to provide the best service. A lot of times that helps sell the customer in the end that they're making the proper decision going with somebody that's that passionate. So
yeah,
it's helped out a lot.
Now, good luck on the competition. And going back on last year's competition, can you name one thing that you learned from the competition?
You can never be too thorough. There are things that you just would not think about in a day-to-day basis that I will say, make sure that everything is 100% textbook. I believe in the finals last year, I forgot to dry set the back glass, and that cost me some points, and it was a really close competition. So it's easy to get out there and forget the little things that you're trying when everybody's watching you. You got cameras all over you. The nerves take over. So the best way to overcome that is just to make it habits. If you do it every day, and you're doing a textbook installation on everything you do, then it's habit, and you don't have to worry about trying to remember it. It's just doing what you do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a shout to Mackenzie for his work, but
he's a great.
He's a machine when it comes to like you're saying, your processes and the way you're doing it. It's very repetitive. You have to be the same over and over. The more and more and more you do it, it just becomes that muscle memory, and eventually you're just okay. It's all every customer is the same way every time.
And honestly, that's the best prize you can get out of it, is learning from the other people that are there competing, because you're picking up little things from, there's a lot of really good installers that are out there. And then the networking, take the time to go around, meet the different people, talk with them. I've developed a great friendship with James Chapman that actually beat me by that much last year. But we talked all the time, and he's even come down on vacation and all before. So it's the little things that you get out of it, aside from the ribbons or the certificates or anything. There's a whole bunch to gain out of Auto Glass Week, even if you're not competing. If you just go down there to kind of soak in the seminars, meet the different people in the industry, it just opens up so many doors.
Yes, it does.
It's like, again, back to networking. You can learn so much, and you got all these people with like minds in the same building. So it's a lot to learn from, marketing and advertising techniques to actually doing repairs, replacements, to learn what's working, what work in this market might work in your market, what might not work. So it's a great way to go. For anybody looking to go to Auto Glass Week, they got the full schedule on autoglassweek.com. You can register. They got the hotel info. So if you're going, hey, check out the website. And if you compete, and drop a comment below and let us know that you're competing in it.
And a little just a reminder, I don't think it's on the schedule, but Friday afternoon we are having our group meetup. So don't miss out.
It's on there too. The time's on there, everything. Tells you when our group's going for the big meetup.
Yeah. So
it'll be good to get everybody together, kind of that way it's not just names on Facebook. And a lot of people that you may even have disagreements with on Facebook, you may realize once you get in face to face with everybody, it's like, hey, we have more common than
we got more in common.
Or you have a few months to train and get your MMA skills ready to go if you really want to be about it.
Now that's a great way to meet people, because you're right. Like, we all be online, we all can agree to disagree. We got our opinions, but when you meet people in person, we got the same hustle at the end of the day. So meet people. Hey, let bygones be bygones. Have a good time, and come to Auto Glass Week.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of people who really hate me online, and then they meet me, and we're really cool. So I speak.
That just means you're passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
That's all that, man. Well, cool. Well, we'll be mindful of everybody's time. We know you got to get ready to go get a job in, Aaron. So appreciate you for joining us, blessing us with a little information and telling us more about you and Driftwood Auto Glass. So appreciate everybody. We hope everybody kill it for the rest of the week. So everybody take care. And until next time, we'll see you then.